Alright, photos can't really do my garden justice, so here we go. Here's a tomatillo plant. There's 3 of them there, they just kind of showed up. I didn't plant those. And then over here, behind that, you got what's the biggest squash plant I have. It's come all the way across the yard. And it's got these huge squash like this. Aunt Audrey gave me one of these last year at Thanksgiving, and I left it in my car and threw it in my compost. And it grew out of there. I found it, I think they're called banana squash. And there's another one there. And then that goes all the way back to the corner. That's where the little garden greenhouse tube was. And that's where that started at. And we got some yellow squash that kind of started from what my coworker Blair gave me. I don't think there's any on this one right now, but I've had a few. A lot of my plants have mold on them. I water too much. This is my pumpkin plant here. You got 2 little babies there. And you come around here and you got this big orange one that's just doing great. I'm excited for that one. And you got my Japanese pumpkins here. And they go down that way. I just picked the first one of this. And I got the teeny tiny cute little pumpkins here. Got a few of those. And we got another tomato plant here that just kind of grew out of the compost. I'm kind of proud of it. I think he decided to come out of there, fight with all those squash. And that's a potato plant. I thought it was tomatoes, and I went to pull it up and it was potatoes. Same with this guy here. Started from the compost, and I heard that if you kind of cover them up, they should keep growing. So I'm covering them with compost, hoping it'll make more potatoes. We got the radishes that I'm letting flower so I can get some seeds. The okra didn't do too hot, but you can see the flower there, and I got one big one there. I had another small one and it disappeared on me. And you got the 2 tomato plants that we bought late. They kind of sprung up. You got the squash corner back here. And you got another one of these giant squash right here. I don't know, it's probably 3 feet long. I was going to keep it on there as long as I can, see how big it'll get. There's another acorn squash plant here. There's nothing on that one right now. And then we got the spaghetti squash plant. Kind of went up and over. I sent it all the way down the corn row here. And then it came out and came back. It just went nuts. And then we also have this buttercup squash plant here that makes these cute little guys that taste like butter. And that decided to climb over the fence and go into the front yard. And I had, the first thing we planted here was lettuce. And then I put peas and corn in here, and it just kind of went crazy. I don't eat much of the lettuce, it's not that great. And then I have a delicata squash plant here. Let me get turned around. And this guy, I think, is responsible for pollinating all of the spaghetti squash. Because they're supposed to be yellow, but they're green and have dots like that. This is the worst weed in the world. And I got my peas, and peas here. And then if you look over there, I got a random acorn squash that showed up. Instead of walking out of the garden, I'm going to hop my little fence here. So you guys, I can show you the last part of it. And come out here. There's more of the buttercup squash plant that just decided they wanted to be in the front yard. And there you go. That's my garden in 5 minutes or less.